X-Men Apocalypse is a superhero film directed by Bryan Singer and stars James McAvoy, Michael Fassbender, and Jennifer Lawrence. And before I continue, I'm just going to say that critics have got this movie wrong. On a lot of review sites, this film has been getting pretty mixed reviews. Like on Rotten Tomatoes, this film has gotten a 54%. How? To me, this film lived up to the expectations of the last film, and in my opinion, this film is equally and maybe better than Days of Future Past. This film delivers on everything I look for in an X-Men film. It has great characters, it has great story, it has great action. And like the fact that critics are giving this a 54%, this just blows my mind. Like how? I do admit this film does have faults. For example, the main villain Apocalypse, I do admit he's a good villain, but he also has flaws. For some reason, they give him a second voice. When you see this film, you'll understand why. For me, the villain didn't bother me because this villain is better than a lot of other X-Men villains. Because trust me, there's been a lot of terrible X-Men villains. This is not one of them. Also, the writing in this film is a bit sloppy at times, as a lot of things aren't made clear, and the dialogue is a bit cheesy at times. However, this film has good moments that outshine the bad moments. Because a few weeks ago, I did a review on Civil War, and for those who saw it, you know how much I didn't like that film. It's because the difference is, like, with the MCU films like Avengers and Civil War, those films I just find too light, and they just, they don't take risks. Spoilers for those who still haven't seen Civil War, no one important dies in Civil War. The 12 superheroes that go up against each other in that epic battle, none of them die. Like, I expected War Machine to die. Like, he got shot in the chest and he fell to the ground. How did he not die? However, X-Men Apocalypse takes risks. There are characters that die. And for characters that aren't important to the story, their deaths have meaning. They leave an impact on you, and they're more memorable than the few deaths there are in the Civil War film. And as I said earlier, like, the characters in the X-Men films have always been the best, and this film has probably the best characters ever. Not only have previous characters from the previous film have gotten a bigger update, in my opinion, a lot of these characters that were in the previous films, these ones in X-Men Apocalypse are the best representations of those characters. In my opinion, in this film, we've got the best Angel, the best Cyclops, the best Jean Grey, the best Nightcrawler. Like, these characters have been updated from the films 10 years ago, and they're even better. Some of them I wasn't completely sold on from the start. However, the more the film went on, the more I got sold into these characters. And the character Jean Grey in this film, this is the best representation of Jean Grey I've seen. From the start of the film, I wasn't sold into the character and the actress, but the more the film went on, the more I bought into the character, and she's like, and now Jean Grey has become one of my favorite X-Men again. There's no one in this film I truly hated, and no one gives a bad performance. I do admit the Apocalypse character, as I mentioned, his performance was a bit weird, as he sometimes goes from calm, peaceful talking to loud yelling. And the thing I've liked about the X-Men films is, like, it's a perfect mix of light and dark. You look at the DC films now and how dark and depressing they are, and like how you look at the MCU films and how light and the X-Men films that are distributed by 20th Century Fox, they're a perfect mix of light and dark. Like, it's not too dark to the point that it's depressing, and it's not too light to the point that it's cheesy. In fact, the X-Men films are the only films I like that are based on Marvel characters. Basically, I don't care for the Avengers, I don't care for Guardians of the Galaxy, I do care for the X-Men. Remember that kick-ass scene from Days of Future Past with Quicksilver? He has a scene in this film that is even better and delivers in every way. I'm not going to spoil it for you, but trust me, this scene was pure awesomeness. And the other things I liked about this film, like, this film delivers in every aspect. Like, it delivers great emotion, it delivers great performances by these characters. You believe in these characters. Like, there's points you believe they're gonna lose the fight. Overall, I think you should ignore the critics' negative reviews on this film and just go into this film with your own mindset. You, watch the film for yourself, and at the end, come up with your own experience and how this film makes you feel. Because once again, for me, this X-Men film delivers in every aspect. It has its light moments, it has its dark moments. This film has moments that are even better than the bad ones. While yes, this film has flaws, a lot of the dialogue and the writing is cheesy. However, there are too many good moments in this film to be overtaken by the bad moments. There are just too many good moments. For me, this delivers in every aspect I look for in an X-Men film. It has great characters, it has a great story. And you look at the superhero films now that are like 2.5 hours long, none of those films earn their 2.5 hour runtime. This film has. This film earns its 2.5 hour runtime, and this film earned my respect. Because I went to this film with my own mindset, and I came out of this film loving it. And I would have no problems putting this on my top 10 favorite superhero films of all time. Because as I said earlier, this might be better than Days of Future Past. And as I said earlier, this film has so many good moments that make you forgive the bad moments. I'm not even kidding. There are just too many good moments. And I don't care what anyone says, I'm gonna give this film a 10 out of 10. Thank you for watching. Be sure to like my Facebook page, follow me on Twitter, subscribe to my channel below. I'm NETX5. Thank you for watching.